Hey guys, Videos Like here. Now, of course, I just talked about something else a bit ago, but I want to answer a question here that I've recently got. It's states simply, I haven't seen anything on what you think in your opinion, is the best loved doll brand, etc. And so I guess I'll just answer it. I didn't really want to read the whole text, but anyway. So, as far as what I think the best love doll brand is, I can't necessarily say this from ex- as much from experience because, and this is, I would guess I would say this is the reason why I haven't made a video like this is because I just don't know from personal experience what the best one is. I mean, these love dolls are just so fucking expensive. I mean, as is, when I bought that real doll when I did a few years back, I was actually taking a bit of a risk in buying that thing because of how much it cost and everything. Although it did, pan over just fine. I actually was taking a bit of a risk of doing that. That it is a lot of money for a love doll. I mean, I've got to say it really was a lot of fucking money for something like that. And even when I first bought that real doll and paid for it and everything, I actually was almost regretting it at first. And I was just like, that actually is a lot of money that I could be, putting towards something else. But it was like, no, 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 just do it. Because if I take it back, then I'm just gonna regret it because this is the love doll that I want. This is the love doll that I've always wanted since I first, discovered this thing, this phenomena. So, yeah. But as far as the best love doll brand, I mean, I'm not really sure. In my opinion, it would maybe be, from what I've seen, be Orient Industry love dolls, maybe. Now, a lot of people say TPE is the best and all that, but I mean, as far as like the best brand, as far as TPE goes, I'd say almost hands down it's WM doll. And the reason why is because in a lot of ways and in a lot of features when it comes to real love sex dolls, they're just, I mean, not real love sex dolls. I mean, that's a store, but I mean WM dolls is in particular, they're just kind of the easiest to work with in my opinion. From what I've seen, almost every other brand, there's like maybe a couple of other brands that are almost as good in when it comes to making TPE dolls. I forget the names. I can't really think of the names of them at the moment because I've been really taking a break from researching this stuff lately. But there's maybe only a couple of other brands that I remember, TPE brands that were really as almost as good, if or as good as the WM dolls. But they kind of had issues that I didn't really care to deal with, and so I ended up getting a WM doll, of course. And so there is a reason why it's the most sold out of every other TPE brand. And then there's of course Real Doll. I mean, I would say it's almost like a tie to Orient Industry, although from what I've seen, to maybe some small extent, that the Orient Industry dolls from you know and from Japan could actually be in fact a little bit better, but I don't know from personal experience. I mean, there's also the brand Gynoid that I've looked into before. People will be like, oh, Gynoid is better than Real Doll, blah, 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 because it has, hands that can do this, and I'm just like, oh, yeah, whatever. I mean, if somebody got a Gynoid doll and you liked it better than a Real Doll, I mean, good for them, I guess. But, I'm not just going to say a Love Doll brand is better just because they can do something that Real Doll doesn't, per se. But I, as far as what the best Love Doll brand is, though, I just see it as personal preference. We all have a different preference and how we want something to feel. and or what we're allergic to, etc. We just all have our little preference. But I would say, as far as that goes, it could be Orient Industry that's possibly the best, and maybe Real Doll taking second place. And Gynoid and WM Doll are from what I've seen a couple of good ones as well, etc. Although I've never gotten a Gynoid doll before. I did think about it at one point, but I'm just not sure when it's going to happen. And I do hate to say it and bring it up, but Teddy Babes, the love dolls, are actually, in a lot of ways, a really good love doll as well. I'm not sure if I'd put it in the top maybe 3 or even 5 of love doll brands, but maybe at the very least top 5 or 6. And it's because they're just so easy to care for. They're very lovable dolls, etc. And if I'm going to get a love doll at the moment, I would actually probably rather get one of those at the moment, to be frank. Because, I mean, these love dolls, they just cost so fucking much. And right now, I'm having to pay off. I just had to pay off a $600-ish medical bill just the other day. I mean, the expenses keep on going up and up. I mean, I'm doing just fine, of course. I have my brother as a roommate and everything. We're paying everything off. But, right now, it's just fucking ridiculous. And so I was thinking about getting a love doll this year, but even with the payments that I'm making this year, having to make this year, I'm actually not even completely sure I'm going to do that. But we'll just have to see. It's not a no, I'm not going to do it. I'm just kind of thinking like, I'm not sure. But yeah, with that being said, I will just end the video here. And that's just, in my opinion, what the best love doll companies are. I'm not sure if there is actually a best, but I mean, there you go. And yeah, with that being said, again, I'll just end this video here, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.